Alright, cool. Sorry about that. Alright, so now we have to figure out... Is Cerberus the 10th treasure? We have to figure out what the 10th treasure is. Interestingly enough, the wizard is pissed. Or he's like, what the fuck's going on? Okay, just want to see if anything would happen. What do we have in our inventory? Yeah, so the books are all essentially worthless. Or not worthless, but... So hold on, let's see. I've had the treasure... Okay, so I know where the 10th treasure is, I just haven't picked it up. Is that the issue? I mean, oh, so it's probably in the trophy room, yeah. So we have to break this curse on the trophy room. Fuck. Alright. How are we going to do that? So it's probably... Maybe it's the stuffed... Well, stuffed owl is not really... None of these things are really traditional treasures, unless... Oh, maybe it's the sword? Is it the sword? Let's go back. It could be the sword. Let's go back to the carousel. This is why I came here. Do we have room for the sword? Take sword? No, I can't. Alright, so we need to drop a book. Drop, I want to keep the purple and the, white, I think. What was the other color of the book? There was a green. Yeah, let's drop the green book. Maybe it's the... Okay. Give stamp and coin and crown and sword to demon. I don't have that? What don't I have? Oh, I'm wearing the crown. I have the sword, coin. Where's the stamp? Oh, I haven't opened up the purple book yet. Right. Okay, open purple book. Okay, now give crown and coin and stamp and sword to demon. Yes, it was the sword. This will do for my fee. 'Tis a paltry hoard, but as you have done me a small service by loosing me from this wizard, it will suffice. Alright, 340. Why are we still short 4 points, though? I don't understand that. What have I left on the table? Maybe I just added wrong when... That's possible. Alright, I'm gonna put that down to 340. Alright, so this is not even a good... I guess we should optimize this a little bit better, because I forgot about the... I forgot about the purple book thing situation. Drop green book. Take sword. Open purple book. Alright. Now go southwest. West, south, west, south. Give coin and crown and stamp and sword to demon. Alright, now we need to... So the wizard was getting really nervous at after the 8th treasure. So this is actually interesting. The sword was actually a treasure that we did actually use as an item. Alright, let's save here. 340 opt 611. Which also means, hang on, I need to get rid of that in between. Okay, those two things. Alright, so now what happens now? I guess we have to tell... Now we caught up to where we were, or actually we've further than we were. We have to find out what to do with the what to do next. So I imagine that's going to be, we have to command the demon to talk to capture the wizard or something? Maybe just kill wizard? I don't know if we really want to kill the wizard, but let's try it. The demon grins hideously. This has been my desire e'er since this charlatan bent me to his service. I perform this deed with pleasure. The demon forms himself back into a cloud of greasy smoke. The cloud envelops the wizard, who waves his wand fruitlessly, mumbling various phases which begin with F. A horrible scream is heard, and the smoke begins to clear. Nothing remains of the wizard but his wand. The genie departs, his agreement fulfilled. Oh, it wasn't a demon but a genie? Or same thing? Okay, hopefully, I mean, if we take the wand, we get points. I mean, I don't know if this is what we wanted to do, but let's try it. Take wand. Yeah, wow, okay, 30 points. I think that was the thing to do. Awesome. Okay, and that crashed. All right, so that means we just got 30 points, which means we give out 6 Cedrics. Awesome. So this was 370 Wizard Wand, I guess. So now we can use the wand to maybe get rid of Cerberus, or the problem is we were at 613, right? Yeah, that's the trouble. All right, so we do have the wand. Okay, is there anything else here? No. All right. So now we're just going to test out what to do, and then as we find out what to do, we'll probably have to each time go back and optimize that. Actually, let's use the wand on the trophy room. Let's just see there. Wave wand? At what? Wave wand at the rack. The wand grows warm. The set of used wands seems to glow dimly with magical essences, and you feel suffused with power. Ooh, interesting. Alright, Stormy has bought a slot. Hey, Stormy, for King's Quest 2. Oh, and Stormy, you can use the command buy slot 3 or buy slot even 2. That way, instead of having to do the same command 3 times, you can just use one command once. In this case, you would just use 2, right? Since it's at V3, it'll move ahead of Chamber of the Simeon Priestess and Discworld 2 to the top of our viewer queue. Thank you, Stormy. It's actually a good point. I don't know how close we are, but maybe slots may be frozen soon. You never know. We only have 30 points left, so we'll see. Can we take the wands now? Probably not. And it's still a nasty shock. The power within you weakens. Okay. And there we go. Servo responds. Gets Discworld 2 back on top. Up to V1. Yeah, that is true. We are very close. So I definitely have to eke out every single move I have left. Man, it would really suck to get to the end of the game and then find out we have to replay it because of the moves limitation. So yeah. All right. I mean, we're basically going to be working. The question is, from where we were with the wand, can we beat the game in 53 moves? Because we're at 613. Maybe we can eke out an additional couple moves by getting the groove repellent, but we'll see. All right, let's wave wand at cabinet. Probably we don't have to do anything here, but open the cabinet. Now the case is still protected by fearful spell, so we can't undo the spell, I guess. Alright, so that doesn't seem to do much anything. Alright, let's just make our way to the Cerberus and the men here. See what happens there. North. Guarded room. North again, the Cowboy Corridor. Northeast. Alright, let's go south. Wave wand at men here. Okay. You feel suffused with power. Can we move the men here now? Nope. Did not work. Alright, let's try waving this thing at the Cerberus. Dog looks puzzled. The ground grows warm. The three-headed dog seems to glow dimly with magical essences, and you feel suffused with power. So the dog's like, what the hell's going on? Move dog? Now he still snaps at us viciously. Now he stops glowing. So maybe he puts us in a position, but we still need to do something. What else are we carrying? Books and crap. Shit. Alright, so we still have some more puzzles to solve here. Clearly. Alright, we did open up the stone cube. Dibble! 3 slots for teen agent. Moves ahead of Hugo's House of Horrors, Darkseid, and Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective. Up to V36. Thank you, Dibble. Alright, so let me read that white book again because it had information on wands, right? The so-called magic wand. They work by pointing them at the object to be ensorcelled, chanting the appropriate magic words. Okay. So we need magic words. What are the magic words? Okay, let's try this. Wave wand at dog. Chant. Shit, what the fuck are the magic words? Magic words! The wand glows very brightly for a moment. Okay, so we do want to use chant. That's the right mechanic. The wand stops glowing, but there's no other apparent effect. Alright, so now we just need to find out what the magic words are. Maybe for the, I wonder for the men here whether it would be open sesame? Wave wand at men here. A lot you know about magic. A magic wand takes a while to recharge after use. You might cause it to short circuit. Oh. Sorry. Yeah. Likely what I'm going to end up having to do is look at the various documents to see what might be the magic words here. Okay, wave wand at men here. Chant. It glows dimly. Open sesame. Okay, that wasn't the magic words. Alright, we gotta figure out what the magic words are. The appropriate magic words. Oh, wait a minute. Didn't the men here say something? F. Okay. Let's try this. What I should do is do saves at each of those 2 locations, so we don't have to worry about this. North, east, north. Oh, and now Silo has frozen. Gone ahead and frozen slots and guns and games. So everything is now frozen. Okay, so we might be in endgame here. Well, that's the idea. We are. So now we just have to find out those right magic words. But we probably need 2 sets of them. Oh, they're probably the collection of the Fs. There was like freeze. Right. Because the wizard was going after us with freeze and fierce and feeble and all that stuff. So those are the different ones. That's gotta be. Okay, cobwebby corridor, northeast, carousel. Alright, south here. Alright, let's save. This will be 370 men here. Wave wand. At men here. Chant. So what's the right... Oh god, now we gotta think about all the things he said to us, right? Float, probably, because that'll cause it to go up. Yes. The men here. Flights majestically into the air, rising about 10 feet. Passage beneath it beckons invitingly. Alright, so we should be able to go southwest. I'm trying to think what it would be for Cerberus, though. Let's save. Let's save. Fermentation, yeah. Men here, 621. We should also try what Cerberus is, though. I don't know what's on the other end here. I don't want to end the game if we can get additional points, right? Let's try the tomb first. Hang on. So I've got that save in place, so we know how to do that. And then here. Let's try Cerberus now. East, north, north. Northeast. South. South. Down, down. Save. 370 Cerberus. Okay. So I think there was freeze, there was feeble, yep, fermentation was one, float, fierce. I don't remember the others. Alright, let's try wave one to dog. Let's try making him feeble, because then he can't be vicious. Chant feeble. What an effect! He now has the strength of just one elephant rather than 10. That still may not be enough. Attack dog. Is he still going to kill us? No, he snaps viciously at us still. So we weaken him. Maybe we should... We're going to have to wait too long to do chant freeze, right? Nothing happens. We have to wait for the... Yeah, it takes a while to recharge. Do we get notified when it's recharged? Oh, really? Okay, so we don't know how many moves it is until it recharges. Let me just see if chant freeze works. Or I could even use float against him, maybe to get him out of the way. Oh, he's only an inch. Alright, that sucks. Let's go back. Chant. Well, I don't want to make him drunk. That's not going to help. Feeble. Feeble reduces his strength, but I still need him to move. Let's try freeze. No other obvious effect. Okay, so freeze doesn't work. Ferment wouldn't either. Alright, let's just do it from the men here. And let's just at least find out what we need, what we might need. Let's see what's in the men here room. We did unblock the passage. Okay, so the kennel. So this undoubtedly has to be what we need to get by Cerberus now. Good to know. Alright, so I'm glad I did go back here in the end. Alright. We're in a kennel. Obviously that has to have something to do with Cerberus. Something that we'll need to get by Cerberus. This room looks like it was once a kennel for a very large dog. Some of the bones would fit a dinosaur. It apparently hasn't been used for a long time, as the dust is fairly thick all over. The only exit is northeast. A gigantic dog collar, large enough for 3 rhinoceros-sized dogs, is lying against the debris. Yeah, that's the item we'll need for Cerberus. So let's take the collar. Save. Okay, 385. There we go. So clearly the last move will give us the final 15 points we'll need. So the question is, if we feeble him, is that going to be enough to collar him? Let's find out. Let's go northeast. I'm now fairly convinced we don't need to break the spell in the trophy room, but anyway. Okay, let's go south. I think the good news here would be maybe just have just enough to win this, get under the move limit. Let's see. Down to the Cerberus room. Save here. Let's do a 385 Cerberus. Alright. Let's see if our wand is recharged. I don't know. Okay. No, it's not ready yet. So let's just see. What if we put the collar on the dog before we cast any spells? The creature whines happily. Then the center head licks your face, which is roughly like experiencing a sandpaper washcloth. The other 2 heads look about as though the monster felt a sudden need to find a pair of slippers somewhere. Its huge tail wags enthusiastically, knocking small rocks around and almost blowing you over from the breeze it creates. Okay, so we're able to collar it. And now it seems generally well disposed towards us, but it wants to find a pair of slippers. Well, I don't know if... Is it blocking our way still, or can we just go south? Let's see. Can't go that way, no? Not yet. Can we go in tomb? Yes, we can. Okay, that got us 3 points. There we go. Alright. Let's just try to... Okay, we may not... I don't know how many things we have to do, so let's... I'm just going to restore and do this, optimize this. Okay, I guess we don't need to do anything else within him. So now we're going to go into the crypt anteroom. Let's save here. Save us a couple of moves. So I don't know what's left, but we have 12 points on the board and about 37 moves maybe. I may need to end up going and getting that Gru can. Actually, I should have done that. Oh well. We'll see if it's going to hurt us or not. Crypt anteroom. This was an in and out. Alright. The anteroom is large and empty. Marble bas-reliefs depicting the stirring times and afterlife of the Flatheads. The latter a bit optimistically. Oh, we're going to need the Wind Club, I know. The exit is to the west. A huge marble door stands to the south. The door is closed. Above the door is the cryptic inscription, "Feel free." Feel free. Oh, does that mean we're at the end? I hope. Can we open the door, please? The crypt door squeaks open. South. Okay, that just gets us to the crypt, so it does get us 2 points, 390. I don't know what feel free. That gives us an extra Cedric. Okay, and this was actually not in and out. This was in and west, oddly enough. Okay. And this was crypt. The room contains the earthly remains of the mighty Flatheads, 12 somewhat flat heads mounted securely on poles. Oh yes, I think we need the club. While the room might be expected to contain funerary urns or other evidence of the ritual practices of the ancient Zorkers, it is empty of all such objects. There is writing carved on the crypt. The only apparent exit is to the north through the door to the anteroom, and the door is open. Alright, let's save, but I think we're going to need the club because it had Babe Flathead on it. Babe Flathead, yeah. 12 somewhat flat heads. Let's read the writing. You don't know the word? Read crypt. Here lie the Flatheads, whose heads were placed on poles by the keeper of the dungeon for amazing untastefulness. Interesting. So there are okay, these are where the heads are, right? Look at heads. No. There's nothing special about the set of poled heads. Maybe if we knocked... Can we take the heads? Although the Flatheads are dead, they foresaw that some Cretan might tamper with their remains. Therefore, they took steps to punish such actions. Alright, we got another death there. Nice. 79. So I'm thinking we may need the club for this. What else? What other... Okay, we did get past Cerberus, and we got the magic word, so that's good. So now we have to determine... heads and crypt. I don't know what Flatheads and crypt. I think we need that. You know what? It makes sense too because the club is located in the maze, which is in like the last section, going towards the dog, Cerberus. So I think that makes sense. Oh, maybe we have to plant the rose there. That's possible too. As like a sign of respect, you know. It makes sense. All right. With that in mind, it is a crypt, right? So let's go to we're gonna go back to where we got the men here. 370, yeah. Is this what we want? We have the wand. No, we don't have the collar, though. Did I not do a save? Oh, I guess I didn't do a save in the kennel. Okay. It's alright, I think. So here's what we'll do. Before we do that, let's go north. We're going to drop the books. Well, we should also take the repellent while we're here. Let's drop the blue book and purple book and white book. And we're going to take the rose and the spray can, the repellent. Wonder if we should take the flask too. Why not? It's an item we haven't used yet. Alright, south. Alright, let's do another save here. Okay, now we're going to wave wand at men here. Chant float. Okay, go southwest, take the collar. 385. Okay, go northeast. Alright, save again. Men here room. Alright, now we're going to go south. I don't know if we need the club, but let's try to take the club. We're going to go down west, take the club. Ah, I'm carrying too much shit. Hold on. Probably don't need that card. Would it be enough if we dropped the card? And probably the matchbook I don't need either. Okay, yeah, that's enough. Alright, fine. Go back to the men here room, drop the card and matchbook. Okay, go south. Yeah. Down the stairway, west, take the club, east. Got about 30 moves left. This is gonna be close. May not be enough. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, put collar on dog. Go in. Open the door. Go south. Alright, save at 639. Okay. So let's put the flower, the rose, on the crypt. No good surface on the crypt. Damn it. Put it on the heads? No? Shit. What does the writing say again? Read the crypt. Here lie the flatheads whose heads were placed on poles by the keeper of the dungeon for amazing untastefulness. Can we take the pole? No, okay, you die. Okay, so that's messing. That's you die. Alright. So I think we gotta do something with the club. Can we? It seems like if we hit them that would be bad, but remember it was burned on one end? It was burned on one end. Shit, maybe we need the matchbook, I don't know. Pull to heads. 12. Maybe is the club one of the poles or no? Okay, so it's writing. Keeper of the dungeon for amazing untastefulness. Untastefulness? You mean distastefulness or untastefulness? It's weird. Alright, let's just try hit poles with club. Okay, that kills you. So it seems like, yeah, you don't want to mess with. It doesn't seem like you want to mess with the you don't want to mess with this. So tamper with the remains. What if we burned their remains? So the poles and the heads are their remains. Interesting. I think we might. Do we need to burn it? I don't know. What are we carrying? A rose, yeah. Thought we might need the rose. Oh, maybe we have to. Do we have to do something again with the wand? Let's remember what the spells were. There was freeze, ferment, feeble, float. Should we try float? Wave wand at heads, or are they just going to kill us for that? Okay, set of pulled heads glows dimly. Chant float again. No effect. Freeze? Hard to tell. It might have done something, but it's hard to tell with a set of pulled heads. Yeah, I don't blame you. There was free. I gotta write these down now. Oh, there was also fence, right? Yeah, there was fence. Fierce, fence, feeble, ferment, float. What am I forgetting? Oh, freeze. I'm sure there were probably others. Yeah, hard to tell. Okay, I think it has to be something with the club, but the club was burned, so I think we need that matchbook. I'm gonna go back and get the matchbook. Damn. Crypt, menhir room. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back to the menhir room. What do we have here? The card and the matchbook, right. Maybe I don't need the flask? Alright, let's try this one without the flask and the card. Alright, south, down, west, take club. Curiously burned at the thick end. Yeah, we gotta do some burning, maybe. Put collar on dog. Okay, go in. Let me just do one save here. I want to see if there's anything in this ante room, actually. 3. With the we have the matchbook, yeah. Can we look at the reliefs? Are there anything there? No, you don't know the word reliefs? Okay, probably, yeah, there's just nothing here. Alright. Feel free, it said, right? Oh, that's just what we have to say. That's probably what we have to chant. Alright, I might be an idiot. Let's try this. Feel free, the door said. Okay, let's do another save. This one is with the matchbook, yeah. But it's weird about the club. Alright. Wave wand at heads. Chant, feel free. No, no effect. Maybe just free? No, shit. Alright. Feel free, it said. Okay, wave wand. No, I don't want to wave wand. This probably will not work, but light match, burn club is just going to burn up. With the matchbook. Oh, I was holding it. That's right, of course. I forgot that was a thing. Hey, why isn't... There we go. Alright, let's do... drop the club, light the match, burn... I mean, this is just going to burn it up, right? Yeah, catches fire and is consumed. Alright. Let's read the... What does the club say again? Babe Flathead. Burned into the wood. Could we burn something else? Maybe, maybe not. Put club on heads. No. Let's try burning the heads. I'm sure we'll die, but we gotta try it. Yep, you died. So yeah, we can't tamper with the remains, so I think we've gotta maybe do something with that feel free. Let's go back to the anteroom, let's look. Cryptic inscription, feel free. Maybe we shouldn't be carrying anything? Free of items? Oh yeah, look at this. Yes. It is dark, but on the south wall is a faint outline of a rectangle, as though light were shining around a doorway. So you have to come in here dark. That's maybe why we need the grue repellent, actually. You can also make out a faintly glowing letter in the center of this area. It might be an F. Indeed. So light is shining around the doorway. Can we open the door, or do we need the wand? Maybe we need the wand. I don't know. Can't go that way. Open door. Open secret. Oh, it's a secret door. Open secret door. The secret door opens noiselessly. South. Landing. Oh, we died. Beyond the door is a roughly hewn staircase leading down into darkness. The landing on which you stand is covered with carefully drawn magical runes like those sketched upon the workbench of the Wizard of Frobozz. These have been overlaid with sweeping green lines of enormous power which undulate back and forth across the landing. The green curves begin to vibrate toward you as if searching for something. One by one your possessions glow bright green. Finally you are attacked by these magical wardens and destroyed. Wow. Okay, so it seems... But we didn't have any possessions. I specifically went in without possessions, right? No, we actually need to go from the anteroom. Maybe we do need the wand. No, but we were able to get into the secret door without a problem, actually, so that's interesting. Alright, let's give the room for the landing. Interesting. Okay, I don't think we need to worry about the trophy room. So what if we come in for the wand? Let me actually look at the scroll back again. What was the problem? Yeah, there are magical runes. What if we drop everything but the wand? Actually, I think it's really just the light, because you can only see it maybe if the light is off. So let's just try dropping the lamp. Now, and then open the door. Go south. Okay, yeah, so you can still see it. It's just the lamp that you don't need. And we didn't get killed by grue, so it's not the grue repellent that's the problem. Hey, welcome, Mind Cozy. Oh, good. You're welcome from Papaya Chemist. Very nice. Alright, so... Yeah, we're here towards the end of Zork II. Need 10 more points. So maybe if we have the wand, we'll be okay, or otherwise we have to maybe do a spell of some kind. Not sure what it would be. Let's just try this with the wand. Maybe with the power of the wand, we won't be susceptible to attack by the green whatever spirits they are. So let's open the door. Noiselessly south. Okay, yes, we did not die, so it was the wand. Beyond the door is a roughly hewn staircase. The wand begins to vibrate in harmony with the motion of the lines. You feel yourself compelled downward, and you yield, stepping onto the staircase. As you pass the green lines, they flare and disappear with a burst of light, and you tumble down the staircase. At the bottom, a vast red-lit hall stretches off into the distance. Sinister statues guard the entrance to a dimly visible room far ahead. With courage and cunning, you have conquered the Wizard of Frobozz and become the master of his domain. But the final challenge awaits. The ultimate adventure concludes in Zork III, the Dungeon Master. Your score would be 390, total 400 points in 642 moves. This score gives you the rank of Wizard. And in 21 hours and 2 minutes, the Wizard of Frobozz has been feebled. He's fizzled. He's frazzled. He's gone. We did it! Zork III, the Dungeon Master awaits. Wow. So interesting. In Zork 1, there was I think 350 points, and you had to. I ended up with the final score, so I was waiting for that final 10 points, but I guess there's one thing we left there. Probably had something to do with the heads. There might have been something we could have done with the heads in the club or something. I'm guessing, but you guys can tell me now that we did finish it. Wow. So I have to say, I grew frustrated at the game. I'm still a little bit sore about the move limit. Um, but that was a pretty cool ending. It definitely, that whole last 20 or 30 minutes there, I was nervous. Just seeing the one thing after the next with Cerberus and the collar and getting to each new room and location, and just wondering how much of it was left. Could we do it under the move limit? As trolly as that move limit is, it did add in that last bit of drama there. So wow, very nice. So it was tougher than Zork 1, I'll say that much. Definitely was tougher. I'll still have to think, of course, as with all of them, about what the final should be. But thank you, Reg. Thanks, Reg. Let's give out a final 5 Cedrics there for the end of the game. Yeah, we can find out what we missed. I don't know what I missed. I'm guessing maybe something with the rose or the flatheads or the club. I don't know. Do not know. I was lucky though that feel free caused me to drop the everything, which allowed me to see the secret door. There's no way to see that. Interesting, actually. If we had run out of moves in that last room, the lamp would have gone out, and then we would have seen the secret door. That's funny. Oh, the gold key was a treasure, really? Oh, I didn't give the treasure. Oh, so maybe if we'd turned in the treasure instead of the sword. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, let's head to our Hall of Adventure. Oh, feel free was the herring? It helped me. I don't think it wasn't for me. It was not a red herring. That helped me. That helped me get the. That helped me ditch the lamp and get free of all my items. Okay, so the sword and the key are the same. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that. Interesting. But let's add game number 77, Zork II, the Wizard of Frobozz. We'll go up on the shelf. There it is, right after the Dagger of Amon-Ra.